evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Thursday, December 28, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. UK ship aimed at boosting our defense capability not to invade Venezuela, says VP. GPHC needs 600 plus more nurses, additional beds to improve services. 98 neonatal and 10 maternal deaths recorded at GPHC this year. New DEMERARA River Bridge 33% completed. President Ali conducts inspection, and government cannot invest all earnings in public sector wage increases alone, says JAGDEO. Now for the news in detail. Vice President Dr. JAGDEO has asserted that the impending visit of the United Kingdom warship HMS Trent to Guyana's waters is a planned and routine deal and is not intended to be used in any way to threaten Venezuela. In our lead story tonight, Vanu Manichand reports that the operation of the naval vessel in Guyana's waters is intended to boost the country's defensive capabilities.
Following reports that the United Kingdom is sending its Royal Navy patrol vessel HMS Trent to Guyana as part of a series of engagements in this region, Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro on Thursday said that the deployment of the British warship to Guyana's waters is in violation of the spirit of the Argyll Agreement between the two countries earlier this month in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Maduro also called on Guyanese authorities to have the Navy vessel withdrawn, something which Vice President Dr. JAGDEO has dismissed.
The President has been in touch with Prime Minister Gonzalez on this matter. He's made it clear that we support the Argyll Declaration in letter and spirit, that nothing that we did in the past or we will do in the future is to harm or will affect Venezuela and the territory of Venezuela. The President has not asked that, asked the British vessel to move away from what was a planned activity and we see as routine, and which has no offensive intent against Venezuela.
According to the Vice President, these measures were long planned and are routine events aimed at bolstering Guyana's defensive capability.
Nothing that we do or we have done has threatened Venezuela. We don't plan on invading Venezuela. President Maduro knows this and he needs not have any worry about that. That assurance was given to him in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we have done so before St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we'll continue to do so. Now, we don't have any plan to take offensive action against Venezuela. Whatever we do here has been routine and has been long planned, and it's part of our building a defensive capability in Guyana, not necessarily to fight wars, but to police better our exclusive economic zone and our territorial integrity and sovereignty.
JAGDEO further made it clear that Guyana respects the Argyll Declaration that was agreed upon by Presidents Dr. Irfan Ali and Maduro during the historic December 14 meeting that was brokered by CARICOM, CELAC and Brazil. Only Wednesday, Prime Minister of St. Vincent, Ralph Gonsalves, in his role as interlocutor between the two nations, said he had been in contact with both presidents and was given assurances from the two sides that they are committed to peace and continued dialogue. During the historic Argyle meeting, Presidents Ali and Maduro came to several agreements, including that Guyana and Venezuela directly or indirectly will not threaten or use force against one another in any circumstance, including those consequential to any existing controversies between the two states. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
While the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation has made significant strides towards building a world-class healthcare system, the availability of beds for patients and shortage of nursing staff still present major challenges to the current system. Trishelle Sobers has the details in this report.
The Georgetown Public Hospital provided primary healthcare services to over 22,000 patients this year, with its daily occupancy rate standing at 95%. Additionally, GPHC recorded a 38% increase in referrals from hospitals across the country, and as a result, wards are always filled. However, despite the increase in patient care, the Accidents and Emergencies Department only have 18 beds, and this number is less in other units. This was disclosed during the hospital's end-of-year press conference on Thursday, where a total of 13 heads of departments testified that the availability of beds for patients affects the function of their departments. During his remarks, GPHC's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Robbie Rambaran, explained that the Ministry of Health is aware of the issue and facilities are under construction to address the shortage. This includes the expansion of the medical block, which is approximately 85% complete and when commissioned, will provide the hospital with an additional 30 beds.
So yeah, we are expanding. There's going to be an additional 30 bed. We think that's going to solve the problem that we are having. You asked the question about increasing in beds. There are a lot of discussions that are ongoing. There are new hospitals that are being built. Those hospitals will have 150 beds. With the staff, the training that we are doing here, and also specialists that we are bringing in the country to work, cares and services at Georgetown Hospital will be decentralized. So perhaps when those hospitals start working and operating to its optimum, they might actually reduce the need for additional bed at Georgetown Hospital.
Meanwhile, on the issue of human resource, the Georgetown Public Hospital is short of some 600 nurses. This represents a deficit of 55%. Currently, 896 nurses are employed at the hospital, and of that number, 86 were hired this year, inclusive of 33 nurses from Cuba. However, 146 nurses resigned this year, and according to the Director of Nursing Services, Dr. Leslyn Holder, this number continues to increase. While the reasons for nurses' resignation was not provided, Holder disclosed that robust training is ongoing to address the issue.
We have improved the content, the numbers, and the number of intake for candidates coming to us to be trained as patient care assistants. This year we graduated 47 patient care assistants, and that was in September, and started in November. 50 students and another 50 will commence in February. The target is 100. In addition, we are now mandated to commence local training for nursing assistants in March of 2024. This will boost our nursing complement significantly.
Further, Holder disclosed that the Ministry of Health has issued a request for more Cuban nurses. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
A total of 98 newborn babies, along with 10 mothers, died this year at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, and according to the coordinator of neonatal services, Dr. Sarah Singh, efforts are continually being made to improve healthcare services to decrease these figures. Trishelle Sobers joins us again with the details.
A total of 785 babies were admitted to the Georgetown Public Hospital's neonatal intensive care and step-down units this year. Of that number, 637 babies were delivered at GPHC, and the remaining 148 were transferred from health centers and private medical institutions. A large number of the newborn babies were diagnosed with presumed sepsis or prematurity and required respiratory support. This includes the 89 babies who died this year between an average of 28 or more days. During GPHC's end-of-year press conference, Coordinator of Neonatal Services, Dr. Sarah Singh, revealed that the department's goal is to decrease neonatal mortality through improved services and proper prenatal care for pregnant women.
Just so we all grasp the enormity of this accomplishment, in 2019, there were 124 deaths. In 2020 and 2021, there were 118 deaths. And in 2022, there were 129. The average number of deaths within the last 11 years, 2012 to 2022, was 150. 150 in comparison to 98 in 2023. That's a difference of 52. That's 52 more babies that have survived this year in comparison to the average over the last 11 years.
All departments in the NICU were renovated this year, specifically the step-down unit, which was expanded to accommodate 9 additional beds. The NICU also received 10 warmers, 10 incubators, and new general medical officers, among others. Dr. Singh said the provisions played an integral role in increasing the department's vigilance and ability to ensure babies are not exposed to infections due to overcrowding. Moreover, additional accommodations were made at various facilities for babies who requires special care.
We would have found alternatives to increasing our numbers in the NICU. If we were at capacity, patients were now transferred or referred to other hospitals or facilities that have doctors which graduated from our residency program here at Georgetown Public Hospital and through the IHSC that are made available at these hospitals to manage the sick neonates. West Demerara Hospital, Linden Hospital, Suddy Hospital, and New Amsterdam Hospital are all outfitted with ventilators, so we work very closely with these and other hospitals in order to deliver optimum care.
Meanwhile, the hospital recorded 10 maternal deaths this year so far. 3 women died due to atomic pregnancies, 3 died due to respiratory disorders, another 3 died of hypertensive conditions during their pregnancies, and the final woman faced a hypovolemic shock after her C-section. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Works have commenced on a new 4-lane highway along the East Bank Demerara corridor running from Diamond to Busby Dam. Contracts to the tune of almost $11 billion were signed for this new road project, which will see 4.6 kilometers of asphaltic concrete roads being constructed. This project is divided into 5 lots, and each lot has been given to a different contractor, totaling some $9.4 billion. This project is the 3rd phase of a massive road initiative being undertaken by the government to ease traffic congestion on the East Bank Demerara Highway. The first phase of this project was the $2.6 billion Mandela to Eccles Road, on which construction started in April 2021. This road was commissioned in April 2022. For the second phase, the 4-lane road was extended beyond Eccles, all the way to Great Diamond, East Bank Demerara. The The $13.3 billion Eccles to Grey Diamond Highway project saw 12 companies contracted to construct the 4-lane road to run from Eccles Dumpsite Road all the way to Great Diamond, connecting to the already completed Eccles to Mandela Avenue Highway. This section of the road was commissioned earlier this month and named Heroes Highway in honor of the 5 Guyana Defense Force ranks who died in the horrific helicopter crash of December 6. These projects run alongside the India-funded Bypass Road project, which would link the East Bank Demerara corridor to the east coast of Demerara, creating a new highway in the backlands. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
John Lewis Styles has opened a new department, now offering home goods. Here you can find quality sheets and towels, pillows, blankets and even bath mats and shower curtains. Organize your laundry with clothes baskets, fabric steamers, irons and ironing boards. For the kitchen we have small appliances, towels and mittens, pot sets and dinner sets too. Decorate the house with mirrors, picture frames, floating shelves and decorative pillows. All these and more on Waterloo Street. It's fashion for the home. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
A third oil production vessel, the Prosperity FPSO, has begun producing oil offshore Guyana. This project was delivered under budget and ahead of schedule. The Payara development will take production to over 600,000 barrels of oil per day next year, resulting in more revenues for Guyana.
Giving you the best Christmas.
Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Hold on to your Santa hats, because there's up to $50 million in cash to be won. Activate any data plan, and you can be one of 14 winners to join Digicel's Spin to Win game show, where you can win millions in cash. Activate a data plan today on the best network and make this Christmas the best one yet.
Digicel.
Lamb's Chowmin, new look, new package. Lamb's Chowmin is a household name. Lamb's has been producing chowmin since 1960, so we have really perfected the art of making great chowmin. A new look and a new package with the same original taste and quality you've come to know and love. So look out for our new look at supermarkets countrywide. Lamb's Chowmin noodles, always #1.
It's a new day with Shilling Oil. A unique blend of natural oils to help ease and soothe the day-to-day discomforts of life. Get relief from muscle and joint pain, headaches, and congestion. Shilling Oil lets you get back to the things you love doing most. Water relief with Shilling Oil. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. President Dr. Irfaan Ali today inspected works ongoing on the eastern end of the new Demerara River Bridge at Peters Hall, East Bank, Demerara. There, officials have indicated that the works are about 33% completed. Rupasina Ryan tells us more.
Works on the new Demerara River Bridge are ongoing, with the contractor on the project, China Railway Construction Corporation Limited, moving to get the $260 million bridge completed in keeping with the December 2024 timeline. Joining officials of the company and the Demerara Harbour Bridge Corporation on Thursday for a site visit, President Dr. Irfaan Ali was updated on the works conducted thus far, as well as ongoing activities. The temporary bridge, intended to support the construction works, has been completed. Works have started this month on the piles for the eastern end and will follow for the western end of the structure by the first week of January. In all, works are said to be some 33% completed.
We're going through the tedious phase of the project. There's literally no shortcuts that could be done. Installing the cage, drilling the piles, And so there will come a stage when all of the subsurface works will have been completed, and you'll start to see rapid works above ground. And of course, we're looking forward to that. That will be sometime like March or April of 2024.
We have about 378 persons on this site at the bridge. So we are working round the clock to try to make sure that we meet the deadline to finish this bridge. What we're working on now is another aspect of it, and that's why we are here on this highway. As the bridge will land on the east bank side, we want to make sure that it's now connected to this highway and to the highway that is built by the Indians, which is from the bypass from the east coast to the east bank. So persons coming from the east bank can drive straight up, take this overpass that we're doing here, straight onto the bridge, or they could go to the airport, or they could go back to town, in whichever direction they want to go. So that is another aspect of the construction that we're looking at. Apart from the bridge construction, when the bridge lands on the east bank, it will run off and it will connect, it will go over this highway here onto the other connection that we're making, so the persons can go on the east coast. That are people that are coming from region 3 side. So the construction, this is in the design phase. We'll complete this very quickly once we have the cost estimates.
The new Demerara Bridge will replace the current structure across the river, which has exceeded its lifespan by some 40 years. The new bridge will be a fixed 2.65-kilometer 4-lane high-span cable-stayed structure across the Demerara River, with the width of the driving surface being about 23.6 meters. The bridge, which will also feature a bicycle lane, will bring an end to closures to vehicular traffic with a 50-meter fixed high span to cater for the free flow of vessels. The river will be dredged along a 13.5-kilometer stretch to accommodate large vessels. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Pointing to the situation that unfolded in neighboring Suriname, Vice President Dr. JAGDEO once again explained his government's rationale in arriving at the figure for this year's public sector salary increase, highlighting that investments have to be made also in other areas of the economy. Here's a look.
We manage our finances in a manner which sometimes some people don't like because they think we should use it all up now. But if you do that, we're not going to achieve that end point. And so sometimes we have to talk to people about it, because a country doesn't get rich overnight. It gets rich if you work towards it and you have clarity of vision and you manage your finances in a proper manner. And that's what we do. We explain it. The last time I came here, I explained why we cannot every year give all the collect in public sector wages increases alone. That there's so many other competing demands and things that are necessary to ensure future prosperity so that we can sustain the public service salaries in the future, whatever happened, notwithstanding the fact that we could lose the output from the oil and gas industry, we could face lower prices, we'd still be able to sustain the higher wages and salaries because we're making the investments now necessary, the other types of investments. You don't want to be able to sustain it for one day and then later it gets wiped out through inflation. You recall Suriname? One time Suriname had a massive, their public sector wages were very high. And then the exchange rate in Suriname went from the dollar was stronger, the Surinamese guilder was stronger than the Guyanese dollar, and then went to 3,000 guilders to $1 US. What do you think it did for public sector wages? It just wiped it out. Because they had windfalls in the past. They were getting windfalls from the gold sector, from oil and gas, from royalties from other areas. And look what has happened. You just need to look around. So you would not hear us every week at a press conference be convenient blow in the wind, try to latch on to a populist issue. So this issue is popular for the weak, public service wages. Let's go and make an outrageous claim, oh, you should give them 30% or 100%, etc., because it wins you popularity for a week. That's not consistent with achieving a long-term vision, and we do have a long-term vision.
Emperor Emmanuel Chung, a 25-year-old painter of Victoria Village, East Coast Demerara, and Ruel Ward, a 23-year-old laborer of the same village, have been charged with murder. Chung was arrested on December 23 and was today charged when he appeared at the Vigilance Magistrates Court before Magistrate Crystal Lambert, where he was not required to plead and was remanded to prison until January 17. Ward was arrested on December 18 and charged on December 22 at the Vigilance Magistrates Court before Magistrate Crystal Lambert, where he too was not required to plea and was remanded to prison until January 15. The murder charges are in relation to the deaths of two other Victoria residents who both succumbed to chop and stab wounds almost 2 weeks ago following a gold chain row at a party in Victoria. Dead are 26-year-old William Montrose, a miner of Sideline Dam, Victoria, and UC Bob, 23, a mason also of Victoria. And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic on Friday, December 29, 2023 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Bebris River Bridge is expected to be closed at 6 hours on Friday, December 29, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Elite League playoff Beacon Manetalas win to steal semifinal spots, and Warner set to miss Windies white ball matches for ILT 20. Details of these stories in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Poultry farmers, save money and increase your production rate by cutting the time it takes to pluck your chickens with a plucking machine from Sylvies. We have them available in small, medium and large sizes. Replacement motors and plucking fingers are also readily available. Order yours now at sylviesonline.com or at our locations at 31 High and Hatfield Street, Georgetown, or Lot 90 East Henrietta Essequibo.
Giving you the best Christmas with Digital.
This Christmas, it's all about the best. Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Get half off and a whopping 50 gigs of data when you purchase the Samsung A04 for just $14,000, the Samsung A14 for just $29,000, or the Samsung A24 for just $35,000. That's right, half off and 50 gigs of data. It doesn't get any better than this. So why wait? This Christmas, buy nothing but the best. Offer good while stocks last.
Digital.
This Christmas, unwrap the thrill with Superbet. Spin into the season with our festive bets, where every wager sparkles with holiday jets. Visit a retailer near you or log on to www.superbet.gy. Season greetings from the management and staff of Superbet. Play responsibly, must be 18